Welcome back to Face TV. We do have TSM versus Virtus Pro coming up. Overpass will be the match that they're going to play on, the map they're going to play on, and it's going to be quite an interesting one because these two teams are essentially, I would say, very, very good Overpass teams. You almost
Two
call
of the
them
top three, maybe
even the top two. You can make that argument. That argument, you can make that one.
Absolutely.
And of course, having Virtus Pro play, I expect we have more Polish viewers. If you guys like sounds in your ears, well, there is a minus 15% discount on these Razer Krakens. So if you just go to the profile page on Twitch, scroll down, you'll see the Razer banner. Just click all the banners. Eventually, you'll find the Razer one. And you two, like Vendetta, could be a fashion guru.
Easy.
With the green Razer Krakens. Lovely. So this matchup, to me, is going to be interesting because, generally speaking, TSM have had this very dominant streak recently. The only team that's actually been beating them is NIP. And as far as Virtus Pro go, they have been switching things up quite a lot. And when it comes to the online matches, it's quite clear that a lot of the teams are essentially not putting 100% in there because they're preparing for the major. And so they're trying to make sure that they don't throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at these teams because they need to save it for the major. And that's very fair enough in this case. So we can see the odds there. It's a bit crazy. TSM are favored. Maybe a little bit too much.
Yeah, because normally when these two teams play, or one thing is VP have, historically speaking, been a very tough team for TSM to play versus. They've constantly gotten maps here and there versus them, but whenever it came to a best of 3 series, best of 5 series, VP would come out victorious.
Exactly.
And TSM have even said that we've struggled a lot with them lately, or before, but now as of late, the last 5 times they play versus each other, it's gone pretty well for TSM, I'd say.
Yeah, they've more or less hit the sweet spot.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see that pretty much everybody on the team is managing to step up. They had issues, I think maybe many months ago, maybe like 8 months ago, maybe a little bit more, something in that period. Device was having a lot of troubles performing. Device managed to get over the hump. I spoke with him about this in person. He said, sometimes you just need to work really, really, really hard. And you got to recognize when you're in that kind of a spot, you can't beat yourself up to this point where you can't recognize that everybody's got to work hard. And so he has this mentality that if he's having bad performances, he'll just work through it even harder. And that's what he did. He came out of that kind of slump. Then the pressure went on to Zipnix actually, or ZipX, and he himself also managed to have great improvements and now is being dubbed the best support player in the world. He's got great statistics, can sometimes carry the team in the fragging power. So the entire team's coming together and as a unit, and everybody's raised their game and their level, and they do look like a new team. So that's very encouraging.
A refreshing, a refreshing feel coming from TSM. Yeah, really in a lot of ways. But even with their form and even with their good streak versus VP as of late, although their games versus Virtus Pro have been pretty close, it's been 16-13, 16-12s, those type of games. So even though TSM are the hottest team in CS right now, I wouldn't put it past VP to do pretty well here. But even though they had a pretty lackluster streak as of late, they've dropped games to Penta. They've lost to Fnatic as well, to 2 games as well. And with seeing how Fnatic have played as of late, that's probably not a big boost of confidence. But as you said, they've swapped quite a few things around. It's going to take time for that to settle in and for them to feel comfortable.
And Virtus Pro, I mean, they're that team, aren't they?
They're always going to play well.
They're always going to play well. They're always going to be up there in the top 4, top 5. Yeah. And that's kind of crazy. It's quite. I'm actually quite happy for them because they were the first team that signed like a 2-year contract with 5 players. And so
obviously that's not a big deal if you're thinking football, that type of thing. When we're talking about esports, 2 years is 20 years.
That is a long ass time. And
insane.
They're very flexible. All the players on the team very flexible, which is encouraging. Of course, we've got a lot of members of the Golden Five in that lineup. The all-star classic kind of Polish names that you would expect, and they're managing to work and gel together and switch things up if they need to create the longevity that reflects the period of time that they're going to be spending together. Because it's kind of the situation. It's like you guys are going to be spending 2 years together, whether you like it or not. So they're making it work, and they're consistent.
And they've already spent 2 years together already, or probably more than 2 years now. It's 2.5, 3 years.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
As this
even back when they were Universal Soldiers, these guys played together.
Wow, that's a long time.
They are by quite some margin the longest, or the team that's stayed together for the longest period of time.
There is nobody else that's really had more than a year together that I can think. So it's a really big difference.
Fnatic are probably one of the teams that are nearing that, or closest to him, but
there are some other teams like Na'Vi, but then they got some new players and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's Fnatic, and then a huge gap, and you got Virtus Pro. So
Exactly.
here we go. We'll be kicking things off here between Virtus Pro and TSM. We have the pistol round coming up. Virtus Pro starting off on the less favored side, you would say, on this map. And they are making their way up into the party and toilets areas. So dupreeh will spot this and he'll fall back. His job has been done, spotting the push. And look at this, Device. What's going on with his name? Device Giraffe, just picking them off in the back. This is really, really unfortunate for Virtus Pro not to spot Device sooner. They are sandwiched in here.
Yeah. Device managed to drop the bomb as well, so that hampered the push even more for VP. They're going to get a bomb plant down here, but if TSM plays this wisely, they should be able to get into positions where they always have the advantage. But right now, byali doing a great job. Pasha following up on the frag with onto Sipnings as well. But Device still alive, lurking from behind. But this could prove to be pretty difficult for TSM.
Yeah, they're making it happen though. But at least the bomb went down here for Virtus Pro.
Yeah.
Even though they lose a round, they'll get the extra bonus money for their team to be able to, if they want, go for a force buy and execute off of that. And that's really important, to be able to throw that kind of pressure in. You don't want TSM to get their money up. Like I really feel like if you're a team like MVS, if you have high skill players with good drills, I feel like that's a great play to go for, to get the pressure on immediately instead of waiting one round then getting the AKs in. Just hit them harder straight away if you have that play, and they're going to go for that as well.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Ooh, I'm wondering if byali kind of miscalculated his money because he does not have light Kevlar. Decided to go for nades as well. So Galil already kind of volatile, not having armor with it as well makes it even worse. But maybe he's going to be able to make it work.
He does have all of his teammates with Kevlar as well, so
Yeah.
I guess we'll see him in the back of most of the pushes, but it looks like Virtus Pro is holding out in sewers at the moment. They've set up for the push, but they're just waiting a little bit, and extra time to see if they could get a reaction from the CTs. There's nothing though, so they'll go for the execute, straight into the bomb sites, and Snax is going to make his way through the smokes, and he's got good positioning in to actually destabilize the retake attempt from the CTs. Snax is actually really deep in there, and byali is going to be taking down Zipex. A lot of trades coming in here, so this is not as easy as it looks, or at first glance here for Virtus Pro. We'll see a lot of frags coming in from them finally, as byali, without any Kevlar, has picked up 3 frags with that Galil, so he's done a great job. And now there's just 2 players left alive. Karrigan, who's got very low HP, and dupreeh with that UMP, and Taz is close by in the water area, but he's got no HP. Oh, byali, great shot there. Finds himself the second one for the ace as well. What a round from the player with no Kevlar. I guess his teammates were doing a good job in pulling away all the fire.
Miraculously enough, byali was the only guy to not get hit at all by a bullet.
Absolutely,
that round. He got tied up by HE, and that was it.
He's Jesus, man.
He literally is. That was absolutely amazing from VP. Such a solid execute as well. It was really cool to see that lane of smokes going in towards the lower part. Where you normally see CTs rotate in, and that's where Snax was holding up.
Through that.
It didn't get a frag, but just having to worry about that area as the TSM players playing on that side and also rotating in, it's very stressful. That was really well done by VP. And normally when they've played TSM previously, they've had rough times of actually getting T rounds. And where they've found most of their success has been towards that B bomb side, even though they'd reluctantly go towards A repeatedly over and over again, running into the same brick wall that TSM puts up. So maybe they're going to get a taste for blood, seeing how well that worked out on the B bomb site. But right now, setting up for an A execute here, at least throwing a couple of smokes up. But TSM have 3 people here, and they've bought up.
Yeah, this is definitely a good choice from TSM. Get that force buy straight back in. Try to reset Virtus Pro straight away. I can understand the choice here. And this is a good... Oh, no! I was going to say this is a good map for it, but Neo's going to actually give his teammate a shot in the head there. Snax down to 17 HP. But meanwhile, Pasha's actually found himself an entry onto the A bomb site, and the bomb will rotate there for Virtus Pro. So they're looking good at getting the bomb down, I would say. byali causing all kinds of distraction towards the B bomb site. A lot of damage done there, and Pasha's going full Biggie Smalls over by the A site, so getting his Biggie game on. And that's going to be that. The bomb is down. Cajun B is the last man standing. It looks like Virtus Pro are going to stabilize here. If they don't lose any additional players, they're looking fantastic. And indeed, they will survive with all 4.
Only thing that came into my head when you said that was, I love it when you call me Big Pasha.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's awesome.
Somebody should make...
Oh, yeah, that needs to happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that if that doesn't happen, I swear to God.
Just do it at the major, and when Pasha comes out, you just bring your, like, Bluetooth... speakers. And
I can hear it in my head, man.
Yeah,
exactly. This has to happen. I swear this is going to happen. All right. Felico from TSM in this round, so they don't have much to work with, of course. And we'll see
Flash out, just continuing his form from last round.
Yeah, that.
Taking a frag, and all of a sudden, well, most of TSM are gone. Just like that. It's Cajun, the sole warrior, to protect the B bomb site. And he's got to go down. So, fairly uneventful anti-eco.
Absolutely.
And, well, VP off to a great start. They've had struggles with getting T-side rounds
but it's
versus
ready
TSM, so
to splash the cash.
Yeah.
They have a lot of cash in the bank.
And I'm really curious to see how they're going to attack this. I really like the fact that in that first, I guess, proper buy round after picking up the eco round, or first buy round, they went for an A fake, which is something I haven't seen them do all that much. Normally you'd see them just commit to the A site. But now they found their spot, and that's the B bomb site.
Yeah, Virtus Pro doing a good job there, just running straight through the flames, dissipating the, or rather extinguishing the Molotov with the smoke grenades, and getting themselves into the entries. Look how fast they are. The shock and all play coming in from Virtus Pro. That pace is certainly going to be surprising for TSM, and they're not ready. Caught with their pants around their ankles, it would seem, as 4 versus 2 is the situation here. Bomb goes down, and this is not winnable for Device, I would say. I mean, there are 3 players that are very tagged up here for Virtus Pro, but you would expect them to play perfect post-plant setups to prevent any kind of retake shenanigans out of Device, and that is going to be the case, as Device will amble back towards the upper parkway to rest in the serene,
always a
tranquil environment.
There you go.
That's now riddled with bullets. Pasha's there to ruin it all. Or Neo, rather.
Neo's not going to find the kill. He does get information as to where Device is, so that's going to prompt Snacks to come running.
Alright, well, Device will go down in the end. Snacks with the 4K there, killing many of the Danish players. Now, they are in an eco city again. This is
horrible.
This is a really poor start. Virtus Pro, this is the thing, this is what I'm talking about. When you have a team that's this drilled as Virtus Pro, those second round executes can be really, really dangerous. Because like you highlighted, the smokes, the tunnel of smokes that they set up for Snacks to just run straight through to attack essentially the retake attempt with the Tech 9, that's actually so scary. It's just such a little touch, but it can completely cripple a team. And it didn't do anything that round for them either.
Yeah, so he just died as Jeffrey takes off the head of Snacks as we speak of them, but yeah, no, absolutely. It was really the fact that it takes away the focus from Subnix and Cage, who also plays passively back at site in that situation, because they have to expect someone like Snacks popping out of that smoke coming towards them in water as well at any given time.
Oh yeah. Indeed, and well, TSM, they could potentially try to think about a retake here, but there's no Kevlar on these players, which means the aim punch, of course, will cripple them, and there's no kit as well, so the slow defuse is not going to be good enough. And Virtus Pro clean up the rest of the Danish side. 5-1 now the score, as Virtus Pro have a booming economy. They've got so much money on their side. It's only Neo who's really struggling on the cash, but his teammates can more than make up for that, and TSM will buy with everything that they've got left. And again, if they don't win this round, it's back into ecos. We're seeing this cycle repeat over and over. Virtus Pro looking good.
First time we're going to see ops on both sides, though. So it's going to be interesting to see how TSM decide to play it. Device is going to be active, roaming around, trying to find that first pick, and see again if they're just going to post up Neo on VP's side to do stuff. But again, they're pushing quickly out towards B. I like this from VP. Unfortunately, Bialy gets flashed out, so Cajun manages to get a frag before he dies, but the idea and execution from VP right there, really, really good. While all of that has happened, VP getting a lot of position. Oh, Device.
Execution there on Device. And that's enough. He does get taken down in the trade, but he's actually created the space for his teammates to work into the bomb site, and Neo is going to eliminate Dupree. So Snacks with the bomb plant here, the rest of his teammates can fall back to toilets, and that is the money position. That's what makes this retake impossible for TSM. Is they can of course pull it off. They got one smoke on Zipex as well, so that could actually help them massively in this situation. But
retaking this is like winning the lottery.
It really is hard. Even if you're 2 against 1, it's still incredibly hard.
Yeah. You have so many angles to play off of. You can buy so much time without putting yourself into immediate risk. It's just a horrifying situation to be in as a CT, knowing that, oh, it's that plant. They're going to be in the restrooms. It's not like it's a government secret or anything like that. It's you know what's going on. You just know that there's not a lot you can do about it.
Well, that's how things work in regular government anyway. You're powerless.
Can't do anything.
You're powerless.
The VP again, setting pretty quick pace towards B, and Cage is getting caught out with a flash in his hand. Nice return from Zipnix though, and a quick rotation coming in from Kerrigan through Underpass, but VP just finding return frags themselves.
Yeah, 2 players for TSM making their way through sewers, so Nia's going to have to be careful here. Always going to get caught out there with the nade in his hand. That's going to be the last mistake he's going to make this round, as Pasha is looking to reclaim that bomb, and he's looking to see if he can find a plant. He does have a minute to work with, so there is time. But how are TSM going to play this? Dupree is, Device is actually edging his way and he finds the back of Pasha. So just unfortunate timing there for Pasha. And TSM will win a round. But they did spend all their money and they lost 3 players. So again, Virtus Pro, it's almost a good situation. It's like, oh, we lost that round? Okay. We can now, they can go
break
full
their back.
Dolph Lundgren. I think it's Dolph Lundgren, isn't it? From, yeah. Go full Dolph Lundgren. I will break you. And they can crush them and their economy. So TSM have to avoid that. And they're going with a connector push. Interesting.
Yeah. Bit of a different take from TSM, and I guess they kind of need to change things up. One of the big things that TSM was, or what was so weird about TSM on Overpass, was that they were one of the few teams to successfully manage to play extremely passively on that A-bomb site.
Wow, great peeking there from Taz. And look at this, Snacks is just going to take full advantage of Kerrigan, waiting behind the door. Oh dear. Alright, 3 versus 4 here for TSM to try to retake this. Zipex is very low by the water. Taz on a good angle there in the slope. And things could not really be worse here for TSM.
Yeah. They have 2 people locked in the water right now, so there's no real option for Device to bail on them just yet, but with them going down, that's an easy save for Device. But you could tell that he wasn't really keen on trying for that retake. Yeah. But he had 2 teammates that he couldn't really bail on for no good reason.
One of the things that's really cool about Virtus Pro is that we're seeing sort of a fast pace to this match. And part of the reason is because of the decisiveness of Virtus Pro. And it's not just decisiveness, it's the fact that they know what to do in the right spots and they don't mess around. There's no wasted time on redundancies or decisions that, or movements, maneuvers that don't really add to what they are going for in their strategy. And this is the sign. We're talking about how they've been together for 2+ years. And that's kind of the result. That's why they're a scary team. It's
kind of reminiscent of military decision making.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
One guy gives a command and everybody just does it instantaneously. And they know where they have each other. They just work really well together.
And a series of if statements.
For one of the really cool things for me to see is the fact that they've been attacking the B bomb site so much. And that's something they refuse to do over and over again. Even though they would get the couple of rounds they got on their T sides on Overpass, on the B bomb side, they would continuously go back towards A, but now they're doing a really good job of mixing it up.
Absolutely, and there's a single AWP here for Device, and that's going to have to do a lot of damage here. But that said, Virtus Pro's economy is definitely looking so strong that it's going to have to take down a lot of players. What is Kerrigan doing there? Finding himself in amongst all the VP players with that USP. He will actually be able to take a quick kill, and Device will pick one up as well. So damage has been done by TSM so far, but there is yet more to be done still, as we can see Virtus Pro just chilling now and holding the flank. They are aware that they can't really risk losing anybody else at this point.
Yeah, they would have been fine actually running into A. Obviously, they can't know that, but that A side would have been free as soon as they cleared out the 2 members from TSM. But now, rotation has happened from the Danish guys. Got 2 players over on A, and I think that's the right way to play it as well. Best thing you can do on the B bomb side is give information, try to stay alive for as long as possible in the water as a sole player. And it's kind of similar to how you would play the B-bomb set on Inferno. You find the information, you call out what's happening, and then you go hide.
You just go
stay alive.
All right, well, looks like the TSM players are being brutally
murdered,
yeah. They're being eviscerated. They're on that A-bomb site. And KGB will look for some exit kills here to pick up a weapon, maybe get some extra damage. He's going to find an AK. A lovely Aquamarine Revenge. But will he be able to hold on to it? It looks like, it's very likely. On this map, it can be hard in a spot like this to hunt him down. And I don't think that Virtus Pro is really specifically in their interest, because TSM will be buying this round anyway.
Yeah, so exactly. They're not too worried about it. They know that TSM are going to get buy-in. At worst, they're going to make him spend a bit more money, and they don't really have anything to... The thing is, they don't stand to gain too much from it, and they don't really stand to lose too much from it either. So they're kind of indifferent, because their bank is perfectly fine at this point. They have a lot of money, as you can see. Bial is sitting on almost 10k after buying up, 8.6 on Snags as well. The lowest one is Taz on 4.3, so they're perfectly fine. And in TSM's case, they're still going to get a buy-in. Kijin actually dropping a couple of weapons, so no nades for him. So in that sense, pretty good that he's managed to hold on to it.
The shock and aura again. Virtus Pro not wasting any time, getting straight through the tunnel into the B-bomb site, and they are taking no prisoners. Everybody is dead, wiped out in a matter of seconds. And TSM,
that's the round.
in about 15 seconds, the round was over. You just shut the book on that. It's time to save and think about the next round. And Virtus Pro have to go for the hunt here. If they're able to eliminate these, because TSM
now they can just freely roam. But I think they just want to have a couple of guys near it so they don't fall to the potential Ninja Defuse. That's pretty much it. But they can freely roam around now. And
I mean, TSM can force buy if they survive with these 2 weapons. I'm pretty sure, because I think what's their bonus?
Yeah, they
right
have
now?
the money.
Let's okay. Okay. I need to. So it's going to be.
I think they would have to force buy anyway, though.
In addition, 800. Sorry, no. Yeah, just 2400. So they're going to be pretty broke.
But I think they would have been forced to force buy with pistols in any case, because they've given up so many rounds to VP at this point.
That's true. Yeah.
And it's not looking great. CT side is supposed to be the strong suit for TSM on this map, although they have been doing better and better on their T side as well. But getting double-figure T-side rounds, that I don't think you can safely rely on that. That can't be your game plan.
I mean, they're going to have between 4.8 to 5.5k dollars in the next rounds after this safe. So they're going to have a good buy, but
they're still
Virtus Pro are going to be on 10 rounds very likely. So
and with how good of a job VP have been doing so far, attacking pretty much every side, but especially the B-bomb side, you don't see, even with the weaponry being in favor of TSM, or just at least being equal. Yeah, it's probably not going to amount to too much anyway, because the executions of VP right now are just picture perfect.
They really are. I mean, you just have to appreciate the level of coordination and just the strength of these executions that they're throwing at TSM. It's fantastic to watch. And I mean, it is best of 1, so of course, TSM can get caught off guard in the wrong rounds and so on and so forth. You don't necessarily get all the time
out of control.
Exactly, yeah. Especially on the CT side, that's the worst time for it to happen. If you get this kind of situation on the reverse side, it's not as bad, but the CT economy is so fragile, and we'll see that the buy will come in and the device will be on the AWP. So hopefully. Usually, the double D combo, they trust the device Dupree over towards A, but Virtus Pro are just consistently going B, and this is really.
But I love this because this is so different from what we've seen VP do a couple of months ago. Then it was all A, even though their success was found on B, and now it's more like they've realized that, we were actually picking up a ton of rounds.
And we actually have the adjustment from TSM now as well, because they are just going very, very free with their pushes on the flank. Yeah, and it's happening, but it's happening a little bit too slowly, because once again, Virtus Pro is straight into that B bomb site. We get all the nades in there. Karrigan is still actually on the bomb site. He'll finally be eliminated by Neo, but not before he's taking down 2 players, putting it to a 2 versus 3. So there is a chance left in this one now for TSM, thanks to Karrigan, the in-game leader. Neo, okay, well, he's going to be shutting those chances down. He's actually even looking towards the balcony, which is exactly where Device is. And Taz is going to start ambling his way up there. And he will go down to Device. And Neo will finish things. Neo, it's great to see Neo whenever he's having good performances, because it's hard not to be a fan of Neo, being one of the greatest 1.6 players of all time, and then taking more of a backseat in the Virtus Pro lineup as we know it today.
It's weird because people think that Neo lost his skill, and fair enough, he probably isn't the same Neo that he was in 1.6, but then again, he was probably the greatest 1.6 player of all time. Kind of hard to live up to that.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think it's a lot clearer now for everybody to see what kind of a player he is. He's just so versatile. He can do no wrong.
That's the power of the Virtus Pro lineup, is just the flexibility. They have so much flexibility. The only issue that they may have sometimes is maybe having a bit of communication issues when it comes to who wants to do what. We've got a lot of big personalities on the team, a lot of big voices.
Stubbornness as well might be an issue from time to time. That sometimes you just have to face the fact that some things might not be working, and you have to abandon that. Sure, you're allowed to try to make adaptations to your play here and there, but sometimes they just get stuck in a loop and they lose rounds because of it. But right now, this is probably this is the best I've seen Virtus Pro play Overpass by far.
Oh yeah, it's just so clean. It's great to see this going into a major.
Yeah, this is the kind of form you want to see your team playing and going up to a major. Hopefully they just don't you know, hit top stride right now and fall flat during the major. But this is a scary sign for anyone in VP's group to see.
Yep. Another thing that I think plays in their favor a lot of the time is just how mature all the players are, especially like someone like Taz. They have such a good competitive mindset, and they know how to lose. That's one of the biggest qualities that you can ever have in any competitor. You have to understand how to take a loss and how to grow from it, and that's Virtus Pro. Now,
cheeky tower from VP.
Yeah, it's going to work out pretty nicely. Karrigan's going to go down, and already there's a lackluster arsenal here for TSM.
Yeah, and they've stacked towards the B bomb side. One of them is going to rotate back towards A. But, oh, actually 2 are going to fall for the rotation as VP make their way towards B.
Absolutely.
This does not look good. They actually, at this point, they don't even have anyone holding that B bomb site. You have one guy around the sewers area, but very limited as to what he can do in a situation like this. I think it's Cajun, actually, who's posted up there. And Posh is going to make matters even worse as we see Device kind of floating around.
Here you go, Device. Can he make the difference with the P90? Well, hey, he's going to pick up a frag, but he's on 11 HP, and he does not like his chances going forward. Zipex taking the lurker down towards A. 3 versus 3, so hey, there is a even number situation. That's pretty much the only advantage that TSM could think about, or thing that's playing into their favor. And we have more trades coming in for a 2-on-2. Cajun B's up close to the bomb now. And Zipex is looking over with that nade. Great nade there. How did that not find the kill? I'm surprised. Bialy down to 7. Snacks is going to finish the job, and Zipex is going to be sleeping with the fish. Well, the fishes.
Yeah.
Although that's grammatically incorrect, isn't it? I think it is.
Fish eye?
Fishes. Fish.
Several fish.
It's like sheep. You can't say sheeps. Say sheep.
Yeah.
It's both the singular and the plural. All right.
Grammar.
What is it? What is it? What is grammar? Syntax. What is syntax? Okay, 13-2. Virtus Pro, they just have to win the pistol, and then boom, they can go home.
I guess the cool thing to look out for here now, obviously, if Virtus Pro win 16-2, then you can just revel in how well Virtus Pro played. But
oh yeah,
it's gonna be fun to see what kind of tricks TSM have up their sleeve for their T side.
Well, TSM, they are making their way in now to this A bomb site, getting some frags, but lots of trades coming in. Virtus Pro still with a stronghold on this A bomb site. Taz with excellent USP play is going to make it a 3 versus 2. Device evens things up once again, and now we've got the situation. The B bomb site's cleared by Device's teammate. Zipex is sitting on the B bomb site, but the bomb needs to get over there, and if Device loses this fight, the round is surely over. Both players have to reload, and Zipex is sprinting back to help Device. This is a very interesting situation because they can still go A actually in this scenario now with 40 seconds left. As you can see, everything slowed down tremendously.
VP did spot the bomb, but obviously Neo being on 2 HP can't re-peek to get any sort of confirmation as to what Device did after he went back. Oh, and Symnic's actually just gonna give away his position as well.
Bomb is down. This is interesting. Zipex is gonna go for that A plant. And he pulls out the bomb! But Bialy doesn't get the kills in there. Zipex is still alive with 37 points of health. Bialy's looking to work his way up to an additional engagement, waiting for that plant sound to come in. Not sure if it's going to be a fake or not. We'll finally try to turn the corners here and see if he can find that angle onto Zipex. That bomb now ticking away. Zipex is not too healthy, throwing out the decoy there for a distraction. Oh, Bialy just barely missing him there. Still trying to go for it and bring around a Rosies. Bialy is trying to find this kill, but it seems almost impossible. And Zipex is going to make Bialy a faceplant. It's a bit of a crazy end to that one. And yeah, I would assume we'd see a force buy from Virtus Pro now. But TSM, maybe there's some hope.
Yeah, there we go. 2 scouts actually being picked up by VP.
Is there hope?
I want to say yes, but my head says no. My heart says yes, but my head says no. It's pretty much the situation. And Sipnik's doing a great job in that 1v1, just buying a lot of time and eventually picking up the kill, but could have ended in a situation where Sipnik just ends up running around and around, and unless Bialy decides to opt for jumping on top of the boxes.
It's like they were doing a maypole dance right there.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Oh, Pasha gets caught out by Dupree, who came up close. Oh well. A side's pretty vulnerable for VP right now. You see TSM just pushing up with force.
Yeah, good anti-eco coming in from TSM. Not really wasting time, which is very important. The less time you spend on rounds like this as the T side, or the side that's anti-ecoing, the less opportunities there are for your opponents to take tactical engagements that might actually favor them from the information that they have gathered. A lot of teams make this mistake as well as in playing inefficiently with giving too many options to the opponents by just playing slow. And playing slow does not equate playing well in certain situations. You have to manage the opportunities you give and afford the other team. And a lot of this is one of the most prevalent mistakes that I see from teams.
You start playing scared if you're playing too slow.
That's a big deal too. Yeah, playing scared.
Or at least that's the feel I get from a lot of teams who slow down things way too much. They're so scared about running into a potential stack or anything like that that they're denying themselves the opportunity of actually getting any sort of information or giving themselves a good opportunity, whilst all the CTs have to do is just sit and wait.
Absolutely. And against Envious or teams such as that caliber with pistols, you're dead. Yeah. You cannot do stuff like that. You will lose players, and it'll be too inefficient. You need to gain all those edges. Anyway, we do have Virtus Pro on a save round, so they are saving their monies, sticking to the pistols. And TSM, once again, they're not slowing things down. They're just moving quickly. They don't even care about the bomb at the moment. They're just going for the full elimination, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Obviously TSM recognized the fact that VP had bought up fully with that force buy in the previous round, so they did a good job of hunting everyone down, so nobody was able to save a pistol, hold on to any armor, anything like that. That makes it for a pretty easy second anti-eco on their end. But still, even with that going their direction, they're down by quite a significant amount of rounds. So 8 rounds down. VP have all the time in the world to close this out.
And this is the problem right now for VP. Having gone for that force buy, they're low on nades right now.
Yeah.
They are one of the best teams, I think, in the world to play low econ setups, which would be on the CT side, just rifles, maybe some FAMASs, very low amount of nades. They're good at that. Some teams struggle, but I think VP can handle it well. That said, they are playing quite passively. They've only got one player forward in the toilets for information right now. So their information that they're going to get is also quite limited. That is going to be hard for them to deal with. It's just snacks.
I'm actually surprised that we don't see more aggression coming out. They might be afraid of an op as Snacks takes out Device, so that's a great start. dupree's going to return the frag onto Pasha though, so 4v4 situation going on as of right now as the bomb moves over towards the A area of the map for TSM. There again. That's a bit careless. Being the sole person towards B with an op, trying to find an entry frag. Not sure if I agree with that. So even though VP are playing fairly passively, TSM aren't doing anything to force their hand.
Yeah, 3 versus 2 now. Looks like Virtus Pro might be able to salvage this round after all, as TSM are struggling to get on the bomb site. They got 15 seconds to plant this bomb. Oh no, it's going to be... Okay, well, it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. The bomb goes down there towards the truck. It's going to be VP cleaning up the round. And there is only 2 more rounds potentially in this one. If they're to claim their, if they're just to claim the next 2, that's going to be that. TSM have almost no margin for error. Well, basically
they have none, because if they lose this one, then
it's match point.
Yeah.
And there is a Technon occasion B. They've got the open device at the very least, but everything's on this one for TSM. If they lose this, they are pretty much done and dusted on Overpass here.
Aggressive move, and Snacks is actually going to take out device, so that's the op gone already. And for a second there, it looked like Snacks was going to, take too big of a bite there, going up against 2 TSM players.
Sounds like you're hungry. You said snack, and they said took big of a bite. Dude, how hungry are you feeling right now?
Haven't eaten in a while.
We don't feed our casters here.
Yeah, I've literally just been starving the entire time I've been here.
You're not allowed to eat this stuff.
I was allowed the airplane food. Well, Taz finds Kerrigan as well, so 3v5 situation. Things are looking pretty dire for TSM right now. They're extremely spread out as well. dupree has an op, not his trademark weapon exactly, but they're going to have to hope that someone finds an opening frag, and right now VP are doing it the smart way. Just playing passively on the site, not showing anything at all, not giving TSM anything to work with. Yeah, this is perfect play. Again, VP are so good at playing the low econ setups. I can't really stress that enough. They're comfortable to stay on rifles, fully rifles setups. That's so important because it keeps your economy strong. And dupree now, he's going to make that entry. Where's the trade? Snacks goes for the spray, but he can't quite finish him off. There it is. Snacks will find the frag onto dupree. TSM need to commit into this bomb site. It's the only hope, the only chance for them to try to get something done in this round. And it's all on Zipex now. Maybe
the best support player in the world, but this is a very impossible situation. He can't even get off the bomb spot. 2 CTs, going to find him immediately, and he's got no HP to survive. There it is. Bialy makes the frag, and Virtus.pro onto match point.
Yep.
Virtus.pro seemingly can do no wrong in this match, and I love what they've been bringing to the table here today.
Yeah. I said it in the pre-game before we started today that this was my game to watch, really. This is what I was looking the most forward to, because I was expecting a super tight game, but I'm really happy with what we're seeing now as well.
I like watching good Counter-Strike.
That's the thing. Yeah. And okay, TSM are on the receiving end of it. They might not be playing their optimal CSS right now, but VP are just
they're like the training dummy and like get to see all the executes and drills work out for Virtus.pro. We get to see the well-oiled machine doing what it's been trained to do.
Plow warming up.
So first frag going towards Snacks there, towards the Suez area, and the B-bomb site is actually fairly clear here, but actually a quick frag from Neo is going to more or less clear the presence of TSM completely from the B side of the map. TSM will be lurking back over there. Occasion B is looking to see if there can be options for his team to double back into B. That's why he's over there with that Tech 9 as his other 2 teammates go towards A. But there is a player in the corner of the toilet there. It's Snacks, he'll go for the spray. It's the first player found, and it's just one more left alive now at this point. Device versus 2, Taz and Neo. And, well, this is not a good situation, to say the least, for Device.
It hasn't been able to pick up a rifle either. So all Tech 9s and... boom.
There it is, 16-5. Great display from Virtus.pro. Fantastic stuff from them. Definitely impressed by what they had to show us here today, and it's really encouraging going to the major, because they're one of those teams that you always look to them to show you something. You always look to them for those top 4s, and to see them in good form is always so exciting. So we can get those classic matchups.
And it's not to say that best of ones online is the definitive pinpointing someone's form, but they're going up against the form team in CS right now in TSM, and they just absolutely demolished them. Not at any single point in that game did I feel like TSM had a good shot at winning this.
Yeah, I mean, TSM were like, 33 and 36 recently. The 3 losses just being to NIP, and
add VP to that now.
The thing is that you can say what you want about online results, and you can discard their relevancy in the grand scheme. That's completely fine, but also for the same premise, TSM getting completely wrecked like that is cool to see. It's good to see that competition.
It's the same way you think about practice games. When you're just practicing online versus other teams, preparing yourself, it doesn't really matter if you beat, let's say, Envy 28-2 in a practice game. That doesn't really matter anything, but it's a nice indicator of that you're doing something right at least, because you wouldn't get 20 just because they're so good players on that Envy side. If you manage to get that many rounds, then you're doing something right, whether it's just your aim or maybe your executions at times. It's something that you can build on. It's a confidence booster. But obviously you can't take that as like, we beat Envy a lot in practice, so we're the best team in the world. That doesn't work that way, but it's a good way of knowing that you're doing something right.
And speaking of executes, we might not see many of those, but we will see a lot of aim, which is something you also talked about, because we're going into G2 versus NIP on Cash. That should be a very interesting match. I'm looking forward to seeing that. G2 look to be in good form today.
Absolutely.
NIP in this I don't know, they seem very apathetic. They don't give a damn at the moment. They've got nothing to lose.
And it's working.
And it's working for them. So let's see how that goes. We'll see you guys after the break.